What's up, my squad? Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to tell you guys about this experience that I had. So I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do this video, but just by the title, y'all gonna already know what's going on. So I can't make it like a suspenseful story. It just has to be what it is. So I'm gonna just let y'all know how everything went, my experience, and how it affected me, I guess. So one day I got up, and because I'm doing my own little thing right now, I'm not working for nobody. I kind of like check my messages to see if I have any messages from somebody like inquiring about any type of services that I offer, makeup, waxing, so anything like that. I went on Facebook Messenger one morning and I had a message from my cousin. So this is my guy cousin, older, like 40s. So he was like, Quisha, such and such said, call him. And he gave me the number. I just was like wondering, like, okay, what does this person want with me? So I was like, okay, whatever. So I call him and I'm like, yeah, this Quisha, yada, yada. So he like, how you doing? I got a makeup gig for you. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm going over like my pricing and like how to book me and stuff like that. So I'm like, well, I charge a booking fee of this and then you'll pay the rest on the appointment date. So he's like, oh, that's fine, whatever. I'm actually gonna pay you more. So now I'm thinking like, okay, big money, like, and then this particular person, they're known to like just be very giving. So I was like, all right, like big money. I guess like what I was, what I needed was just like, nah, I'm gonna give you more. So I'm like, oh, hallelujah, So I'm like, all right. So we get past that. So now he's like, yeah, but it's just one thing. So I'm like, what? Like I gotta travel or something? So he like, yeah, of course, like you gotta travel. So I'm like, okay, well, I just need pictures of this person because I like to get an idea of who I'm working with beforehand, and then so that I'm not bringing too much stuff, because I'm kind of known to bring like a lot of stuff that I don't need. Just to be on the safe side, I just want to know what the person's complexion is, so at least I'll have that under control. So he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna send you the pictures, then I'm gonna call you back. So he sent me the pictures, but my phone's on do not disturb, so I didn't realize that he had called back. I saw the pictures, so I ended up calling him back once I saw that I missed his call or whatever. I called him back and I'm like, okay, yeah, she looked like she would want something more natural. She was an older lady. And then he was talking in the background to somebody. So me, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe he's talking to the person. So he's like, yeah, she just said she looked like she'll want something more natural or whatever. So I'm like, okay, that. So he basically confirmed to the person like, yeah, she good for the job, this, that, and third. So he's like, but it's just one thing though. So I'm kind of like, okay, I thought we got over the one thing in our previous conversation. So he's like, nah. So I'm like, what is it? So he like, she's dead. So I'm like, whoa, okay, wait, what? So for me, this is very different. It wasn't that I was afraid, I just didn't know what to expect. I'm thinking in my mind like, okay, how do you prep a dead person's skin? How does this work? Is it a certain type of makeup they wear? I know it's certain makeup that they use, but I don't know, can they use like the stuff that I have? I do have some pretty pigmented makeup products and stuff like that. And so I'm like, does it work? Will it work? Is like what? So I'm just in my mind just overthinking because that's what I do. So I'm like, okay. Well, I ain't never worked on a dead person before. So he's like, do some research, look over it, and let me know if, you want to do it or not. So I'm in the back of my mind like, of course I want to do it because I need the money, and then I just wouldn't mind having the experience. But I was more so just thinking, okay, can I use regular makeup on a dead person? So that's just what I was thinking about. So I'm like, okay, I'll call you back or whatever. I kind of like did a little research. I was looking into stuff. I'm watching videos where people like, yeah, I use this Wet n Wild on. And I'm like, Wet n Wild? oh, I'm in the game then, because sis got like Krylon and stuff over here. So I'm like, I should be good. Krylon is really good. It's really pigmented and, you know, it's good. So I'm like, kind of baffled because I'm like, I can't believe people be using like Wet n Wild and stuff like that works. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm good. I guess I'm good for the job then. They came and got me, I think like the next day, because I called them back and I told them like, yeah, I do it or whatever. They came and got me the next day and we went and got some more makeup. So I didn't use the makeup that I have. I went and purchased some Krylon, but another palette. So we went and got that, and then I went and got like some cosmetic sponges and stuff like that to apply the makeup. And I just used like some of my old brushes that I don't use, and then afterwards, so I'm not gonna even get to that part until I tell y'all the rest. So the day come, which is like the next day after we went and got the makeup. So before that, actually that day that we went and got the makeup, we went to the funeral home. I'm thinking like, okay, maybe I'm gonna see the body so I could see if I'm really gonna be like shooken up or not. And so I didn't end up seeing the body that day. That day I spoke to a lady at the funeral home and he was just telling her like, yeah, this is gonna be the makeup artist. And she kind of was like a little nonchalant, but like, yeah. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So the next day, he like, yeah, you can do it on this day. So I'm like, okay. I went in, I was prepared, I like had everything. What I was surprised about was the funeral home. They didn't have like nowhere for me to set my stuff to do the makeup. So they kind of like rolled the body into like this area where they, I guess, I don't know. I don't even know if this is the area where they do it. And I was thinking too, like with the particular funeral home that she was at, because they didn't do the makeup, it was kind of like they didn't really care where you did the makeup at, because it was like really in a kind of like open area a little bit. It was closed off, but it wasn't. So like if somebody came in and had to use the bathroom, for instance, we were like right next to the bathroom. I was like just putting my stuff everywhere and just like, I don't know, it wasn't bad. Like the experience wasn't terrible. I wasn't afraid. People just, I think, overthink, and it's like mind over matter, literally. It wasn't like nothing where I felt like she was gonna jump up and get me, or like, it wasn't nothing like that. It was just a person who was dead. And you know, like, I don't know. I can't, maybe because I didn't have any connection to this person. Like I didn't feel any type of emotions. I just really felt like, you know, this person is just, if I could like describe it in any way, it would be like, this person is sleeping. Like that's how I felt. So it was like, it was good. It was also an advantage because I prefer to do people makeup like on a kind of angle where they're laying back anyway, because it gives me more control over my clients. Although now I don't have a chair like that. I need one. But no, so she was just laying on the little rolly thing that they had her on. And I was just like going to work. I had on gloves. You know, just, you got to make sure you practicing your sanitation and stuff like that. But after I was finished and all the stuff that I did use, I ended up throwing it out because of just sanitation reasons. You know, like I'm not a person who do makeup on the dead a lot, so it wasn't a reason for me to really keep the brushes and stuff like that. And then too, like, you could literally buy like the super affordable stuff to get the job done. And especially because she was older, it wasn't, you know, I didn't have to do nothing crazy, like crazy highlighting and contouring and stuff like that. The most that I really did was just apply the foundation. So with applying the foundation, this was the most interesting part to me, because I just didn't know like what to expect because of what we're so used to. So I'm used to seeing like when you see somebody in the casket, it's just like you know they did, right? So with the method that I was using, I used the makeup how I would use it on like my client, and I go for a more natural type of finish. So that's what I was going for with her, and of course that's what the family wanted. Like they didn't want her to look like she was dead. Like, so I went in with this mindset like I need her to look like she's just sleeping. And so I asked the man who would usually do the makeup, I'm like, so how do you prep the skin? Is it like regular skin prep? And he was like, yeah. So I'm like, cool, like I got this in the bag then. Like that's what I'm thinking in my mind. And of course, because they like embalmed her and stuff, certain things was kind of a little off, like her lips. I had to give the illusion of a bigger lip because the family just felt like her lips were usually a lot bigger than what they were. So what he did with the embalming or whatever, so I had to like make this illusion of the lips. I want to include a photo. They did tell me if I wanted to do that after the funeral. So the funeral is over. I don't know though, like I just don't know if I feel comfortable really releasing that, but they did tell me it was okay. So I'm just think about that, and if I am including it, you guys will see it. And I may not like, I'm not gonna keep it on the screen for a long time. I'll just show y'all like what it looked like. It really made me feel like I would do it again, definitely. The only thing that I do feel was pretty weird about the experience, her body was very cold. It was really, really cold. And you know, with us being alive, we are warm, like blood is flowing, but she was very cold. I could feel the cold through the gloves that I was wearing. So the experience wasn't terrible, and the family was really happy with her makeup. On the eyes, I kind of did like a transition color, and then I put shimmer on the eyelids and a little sparkle. Even though the person is deceased and you notice, it's still like that thing where you just want to make them look alive, you know? And you just want to do a good job. So I feel like I did a really, really good job. After a while, you kind of really get into it. I was like plucking the hairs out her nose and like plucking her eyebrow. Her eyebrows was lit, y'all. Like I snapped on them. I snapped on them brows. I snapped. But I think the wig that she wore was a bang, so you probably didn't really even get to see the eyebrows. I don't know because I didn't go to the funeral, so I don't know what happened the day of. I didn't have to touch up or nothing either. They told me that the makeup was still looking good, and I was like, wow. Like, I was kind of impressed myself. Oh, my bad. I was kind of impressed myself because I'm like, what? Like, okay. I think too, for me, like the experience, I was definitely impressed, and it was very interesting to me because I just didn't know what to expect. But once I got in, I'm like, okay, this is really not hard at all. You don't have to deal with nobody moving around. It's just mind over matter, literally. And I would do it again. I definitely would. I would do it again. I did really good. She just looked like she was sleeping. And the family said that a lot of people who, that was another thing too. A lot of people who saw the photo, they were like, wow. Because you know how when you try to show somebody a picture of a dead person, everybody's like, oh, like, no, I don't want to see, I don't want to see that. So, interestingly enough though, I had a few friends that were like, yeah, I want to see it. And I'm like, cool, because that's how I am. Like, let me see it. That's how I am. But a lot of people just like, no, I don't want to see that. But the people who did that, when they saw it, they just like, oh, like she just looked like she sleeps. So that's when I'm like, okay, you did a really good job, Quisha. And I was just like, you know, just feeling happy that I could do that for them. Like, it was really beyond me. It was really beyond me. The experience was definitely beyond me. I just felt so good about being able to do that for them and helping them to lay their mother to rest and look really good. So that was my experience, y'all. If this was interesting to y'all, let me know. I definitely had to get this up ASAP because or I had to record ASAP because I know for myself, I'm definitely the person who don't remember everything. So because this is kind of recent, I was like, all right, girl, go ahead and record it so you don't forget no details. But that was my experience. If y'all liked it, go ahead and make sure y'all like this video. Don't forget to comment. Y'all comment, let me know how y'all feel about it, how y'all think y'all will react towards something like that, or whatever. Just comment and talk to me, because y'all know I like when y'all talk to me. But now, yeah, if you are new to my channel and you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe to the My Squad. The My Squad. But no, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Peace.